I want to talk about something that does not get said enough in the healing world. There is a point where healing eventually stops helping and actually contributes to keeping you more stuck. And not because healing is bad, but because there is a big difference between healing and actually living. For a long time, my whole entire life revolved around healing. Journaling, scripting affirmations, going to therapy, looking for my blocks, working through past trauma, learning to regulate my emotions and process things that had happened to me in my past. And honestly, a lot of it helped. And at a certain point, I started feeling like I was spinning myself in circles over and over and over again. Because very quietly, underneath all of that regulating of my nervous system and tracking my patterns, something else was quietly happening. My life was starting to get smaller and smaller and smaller. I was orienting everything that I did to this regimented, strict healing protocol. And if I deviated from it even a little bit, I wouldn't feel great, or I was worried that I wouldn't feel great, or that I'd lose my healing, or that I'd set myself back. I became deeply self-aware, but I was not deeply alive and deeply feeling. I knew why I did the things I did. I could name my patterns and blocks and problems, but I couldn't give myself permission to want more, to feel into my desires, to have a bigger life that required more discomfort. I couldn't risk more. I couldn't feel more oldness, more pleasure, more aliveness, more messiness in my body, all the things that are required to live a full life. Healing became a way for me to stay safe, to stay contained, to stay in control. And it's not that safety is bad, right? We need safety as the foundation for joy and pleasure and all the things that we want to do in our lives. And having a full life is inherently going to require discomfort and taking risks. Two things which inherently feel unsafe to our nervous systems, because there's a lot of uncertainty and a lot of unknown in taking risks and navigating uncomfortable feelings. But they also are the path to having more of what we want in life. So here's how I now understand the difference. As a somatic therapist in practice for over 10 years, somebody who actively helps people heal, but also actively helps people live fuller lives, here's the main difference. Healing is about making sense of the past, about understanding what happened, reducing suffering, and creating stability for yourself. Very, very important, right? It's a necessary step, but it's a step, right? We don't want to get stuck there. Living is about orienting yourself toward the present and the future, allowing yourself to feel into what it is that you want to create, expanding more, feeling more, taking bigger risks, and taking up more space. It requires that you let yourself be moved by life again, to be fully in your body, not to control it, but to experience all that life has to offer. Healing asks, why am I like this? Living asks, what do I want now? What can I do with the life I've been given? Healing focuses on safety. Living requires capacity. Again, one or the other is neither better or worse. They are both very important steps to living a full and embodied life. And this is the part that most women don't realize. You can be healed enough from your past and still not have developed the capacity to have the life you want. Because capacity isn't built by insight alone, it's built by experience. Actually going out into the world and having corrective experiences that teach your nervous system that it is safe to take risks and tolerate uncertainty, to navigate discomfort, to feel big feelings. Capacity is built by letting yourself feel more, not less, more sensation in the body. It becomes about having more presence rather than just more cognitive understanding. And the truth is that most of the self-help out there teaches women in particular to calm down, to regulate ourselves, to not react to our triggers, right? To become less reactive, which again, on the surface, not a bad thing, but when we're becoming more calm and subdued and neutral overall, what we're not doing is becoming more alive. And most women need to learn how to become more alive, more fully expressed, more fully themselves. And I was the person who also read all the books, listened to all the podcasts, did all the journaling, went to all the therapy sessions, talked about all my patterns again and again and again, hoping that they would someday be different. And I can tell you that my life didn't change from one more insight. It didn't change from getting one more answer to the question, what is wrong with me? The biggest shift came when I finally asked myself, can I show up here and now in my body to expand my capacity to feel more? To hold more pleasure, to hold more love, to hold more of the discomfort that comes with having the things that I want. And that's an identity change, because it's not about being untriggered. It's not about being this perfectly controlled, regulated version of yourself. It's being the most resourced version of yourself who can access and hold and sustain the life you want. So if you feel like you've done all the work, but you're still stuck or grinding or kind of numb and feeling like you're holding back from fully living, it's not a failure. You did a really great job at the first half of healing, the first part of the process. It's just that no one taught you how to graduate from being in that healing cycle and stepping into building the capacity for living. So in the next video, if this resonated with you, follow along, because I'll be teaching you a very simple embodiment practice to help you feel more present, more fully alive, and more connected to the subtle joy that is available for you here and now in your body. Not by forcing anything, not by having some insider realizations, but by letting your body lead you. And if this topic is really resonating with you, I highly recommend that you check out my 4-month women's mentorship program, Embodying Her. And if you want to learn more about working with me one-on-one, I will include all that information in the show notes below. Make sure you subscribe so that you catch all those future videos, and leave a comment if this resonated with you.